Hello and welcome to another episode of the People's Lawyer channel. Tonight we're looking at combating police tyranny. We've looked at global tyranny, we've looked at medical tyranny, but out on the streets of Insanity UK and elsewhere around the world, police are taking it upon themselves to enforce rules and regulations that are not justifiable in law. They have no basis in law. So something is going on, something quite dark is going on, and we need to be empowered. We need to be given the right information and the right tools to combat this power grab by not just the police, but other agencies as well. In particular, we're going to look at how to avoid surrendering authority to an agent or officer. And surrendering authority is known as giving joinder. So we're going to look at some strategies for avoiding giving joinder and for maintaining a certain distance at law from the agent. The first thing we need to look at, though, a crucial difference we need to highlight is that of police constable and police officer. The constable is, in theory at least, sworn to uphold the law and protect the people and keep the peace. But at the moment, we've got a situation in which some police officers are doing precisely the opposite. They're actually breaking the law. They're causing a breach of the peace and making false political arrests. And that is causing a lot of psychological damage. And in some cases, like the other day in Manchester, some physical damage as well, like broken ribs or potentially. So these officers are actually committing crimes, offences against the person, actual bodily harm, grievous bodily harm, false imprisonment, kidnap, abduction, all kinds of crimes. And we need to be in a position to at least prevent it, or at least increase our chances of preventing it. So the constable is sworn under oath. The policy enforcement agent or police officer is really a corporate representative. They're doing business, and there's a huge difference, and we'll look at the huge difference as we go along. Strategy one for preserving your integrity and for making sure that you don't get arrested, or at least there are no guarantees here. What we're doing is making sure that if you have this information, you are maximizing your chances of not being arrested or not being harassed by the police. So strategy one, the Gandhi approach. This basically is silent, it's passive. It's completely peaceful. You turn your back and stay perfectly silent. You don't engage in any way, verbally or non-verbally. That works. All these strategies have been proven to work. The only time they collapse is when the police have been given a mandate to make some political arrests, come what may, to keep the sleeping masses reassured that something is being done about these awful dissidents that don't believe in COVID and don't believe in lies and would rather speak the truth on the streets. Strategy two, it's what I call we dismiss you approach. That is in effect a preemptive strike for constables, in which you say, constable, in other words, your servant, your public servant, we do not recall summoning you. Now that's the royal we, that maintains sovereignty. It's not I do not recall, it's we do not recall summoning you. You are therefore dismissed and free to go. That's also been proven to work. These are very effective remedies, but you just need to know them and need to be able to keep your nerve, look the constable or officer in the eye and dismiss them. Strategy three, the question approach. You maintain your sovereignty by answering a question with a question. So if you are asked a question, and their strategy is to engage with you using a harmless question, but it's never a harmless question. They're testing your sense of independence from their authority with a question. If you give them an answer, if you regard that question as an innocent question and give them an answer, then that gives them authority to ask more questions and to corner you. The classic question answer is, am I obliged to answer that question? If for some strange reason they say yes, which is a lie, then you would say under what law or under what contract? Because again, if they're policy enforcement agents, they're looking to do business with you. They're looking to contract with you. For more information about that, please see our video, Know Your Rights, one of those videos. I can't recall which one precisely. The fourth strategy is expressing non-consent. Do not answer their questions or comply with any requests or instructions, as this is joinder by acquiescence. You haven't said anything, you've just done what they have requested or instructed, and that is submitting to their authority. So instead of doing that, you say, I do not answer questions, I do not wish to contract with you, I do not consent, I do not stand under your laws. And if you want to perfect this, then just say we do not answer questions, we do not wish to contract with you, we do not consent, we do not understand your laws. Recently in Liverpool, some riot police visited a family and they shouted from outside, do you understand the COVID legislation? And these people were savvy. They said, no, we don't. Thank you. Now go away. And they had to go away. So understand is a technical legalese language, meaning are you prepared to contract with me and stand under my authority? It's understandable why people would think that it's a standard English question, but it's not. So those of us in the know, you tend to use the phrase comprehend these days, just to make sure that we're not getting the word understand in the wrong context. The final strategy is one I call the dangerous approach, which is to answer questions correctly. So for example, are you Mr. Peter Jones? Answer, no, I am not that person. Now, as I'm saying this, this would not really be a typical COVID situation. This would be a more general situation. So that would be perhaps a business owner that's being accosted by police and council officials. So if they want to play this dangerous game, then it's like the old quiz questions, you know, you just, whatever you say, you don't say yes. And when you say no, you preface it, or you complete it by saying, no, I am not that person, or am I? What makes you say that? So you're not giving them joinder because you're in effect answering a question with a question, or giving them a safe denial of who they say you are. No, I'm not that person. In brackets, I'm a man, or we are a man, we are a woman. But the danger of this technique is that it might lead, they could catch you out, and you don't want them to do that. Far better to stay completely silent. If that's impossible, then answer a question, with a safe question. Am I obliged to answer? Or are we obliged to answer that question? Remember that all these individuals, they're not police constables. Constables are there to keep the peace. They are in effect troublemakers. They're looking for trouble under instructions from on high. They often admit it themselves. Just doing my job. We were told to do this, that, and the other. If I'm painting a very dark picture of the police, I don't mean to. The other day at the Manchester rally, where we marched on the Manchester Constabulary to deliver a crime report, I made a friend, a police officer called Howard, who's a great guy. The important thing is to maintain peace, maintain calm, keep your nerve, keep you cool, know how much power you have in the word. Remember the first phrase in the Bible, in the beginning was the word. If you get the word right, then no one can do anything. They can't get past the word, but the word has to be correctly expressed with the correct amount of confidence. I hope that was helpful. There will be more videos with other strategies in more specific situations that involve the use of paperwork that you can carry around with you. Do watch out for more videos on BitChute, YouTube. The website's going live soon. We keep saying that, but we do mean it. YouTube, BitChute, Telegram. And for any complicated questions, please email me, info@thepeopleslawyeruk.com. Have a great evening, or whenever you're watching this, and please go to a march and be peaceful, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.